Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone is good, I hope. All right. Today's topic is limits, continuity, and differentiability. So this chapter mainly consists of three parts, as you can see: continuity, differentiability, and methods of differentiation. All right. So the easiest part in this is method of differentiation. All you have to do is differentiate, and you will get the answer most probably, right? If you just do the differentiation very nicely, then you will have no difficulty in solving any of the questions. All right. So let me ask you if everyone is okay with all the basic formulas of differentiation of sine theta, cos theta, and so on.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And product rule, quotient rule.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one thing I'll cover is chain rule. All right. This is extremely important. So what does chain rule means? If you have a composite function, right? Composite function means suppose f of x is x square, g of x is e to the power x. Then f of g of x means we are putting the value of x as g of x, right? So f of g of x, instead of g of x, I can put e to the power x. So in the place of x, I'll be putting e to the power x. So this is called composite function. Same way, if I find g of f of x, so g of x square, so e to the power x square. So how to differentiate this? Always remember, if you have to differentiate this, then differentiation of f of g of x is f dash g of x times g dash x. All right, very important. For an example, suppose they give you y equals to f of sine x, and f dash x is 1 plus x upon 1 minus x. Then find dy by dx. Very simple, we'll write y equals to f of sine of x. If we differentiate, dy by dx will be equals to f dash sine x, right? Yes or no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
No, this is wrong. We have differentiated function f dash x, but then we have to differentiate sine x also. Is it clear how you can make silly errors? All right, so always focus on this. If you have a function inside a function, then you always have to differentiate the function inside also. All right, do not make these simple errors. You will score full marks in this topic, methods of differentiation. So dy by dx will be equals to f dash this. If f dash x is this, then in the place of, we can just put, and you will get the answer. All right. I hope everyone is clear about this. This is called chain rule. So let me give you a question just to see if you all are clear about this. Sine of cos of e to the power sine x. Can you please differentiate this? I'll give you 2 minutes. Even 2 minutes is more than enough. Okay, let's see. This is dy by dx equals to yeah, differentiation of sine is not minus cos. Okay, you are taking the negative outside. All right. The definition of sine is cos. So cos of e to the power sine x into this is gone. Now differentiation of cos is minus sine e to the power sine x into e to the power sine x is e to the power sine x. Differentiation of sine x is cos x. All right, this will be the answer. So chain rule is very important. So this is a question from JEE Main. Let's see who can solve this. If x log to the base e log x to the base e minus x square plus y square equals to 4, where y is greater than 0, then dy by dx at x equals to e is equals to dash. All right, 2 minutes for you guys. Very simple differentiation. This is JEE Main 2019 question. Okay, you can find the value of y using this equation, the given equation. Just put the value of x equals to e in here and you can find y. All right, everyone got the answer? No, Krishna, that is not the correct answer. Absolutely correct. Marita, let's see. Differentiation of x is 1. So 1 times log of x plus x time differentiation of this is 1 upon ln x into x. Right, definition of this minus 2x plus 2y dy by dx equals to 0. All right. If we put x equals to e here, so this is log e. Log e is 1, and then log 1 is 0. This is e into 1 upon log e is 1 into e minus 2e plus 2. What is the value of y if you put in this equation? If you put log e, this is 1, so this is 0 minus e square plus y square equals to 4. So y square equals to 4 plus e square, y equals to under root 4 plus e square. So this is 4 plus e square under root dy by dx equals to 0. This is cancelled. So 2 under root 4 plus e square dy by dx equals to 2e minus 1. Now you can divide this here, and that will be the answer. All right, I got 3 answers. Aditya, is it clear? Okay, I hope so. If anyone has any issues, then do ask me. One important note, write down. Wherever we have to find derivative of g of x, where g of x is inverse of y equals to f of x, then use that. F of g of x equals to x, then differentiate. Please write it down. Very important concept. All right. Why do you use this? Suppose one question. Let g of x be the inverse of f of x. If f dash x equals to x to the power 5 upon 1 minus x to the power 2, and f of a equals to 3, find g dash 3. All right. So again, here they have given you g of x is the inverse of f of x, and they have given the differentiation of f of x, and they are asking inverse of g of x. Then very simple, start from where? This. We can write f of g of x as x. If you differentiate with respect to x, you will get f dash g of x times g dash x equals to 1. Right? This concept is clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what you can do? They have given you f. Suppose I find f dash a. All right. I think I wrote the question wrong. This is f dash a equals to 3, I believe. All right. So this is 3. Just give me 1 second. Let me check the question. I believe something is wrong with the question. Okay. No, this is correct. This is f of a equals to 3. All right. So let put x equals to 3. We have to find g dash 3. So we need f dash g of 3, g dash 3 equals to 1. We have to find this. Now we can do that. G dash 3 equals to 1 upon f dash g of 3. Now we have to find g of 3, and they have given you f of a equals to 3. Can I write f dash f inverse 3 equals to a? Yes or no? If f of a equals to 3, can I write f inverse 3 equals to a?
Yes,
Now I
sir.
know. Now we know g of a is in g of x is inverse of f of x. So can I write this g of 3 equals to a? Because inverse of this f is g.
Yes.
So what you finally have is g dash 3 equals to 1 upon f dash g of 3 is a, and you already know f dash x, so you can get the answer 1 upon a to the power 5 upon 1 minus a square. So 1 minus a square upon a to the power, this will be the answer. All right.
Yes, sir.
Everyone is clear. Whenever they give you this kind of questions, always start from this is the important thing. Otherwise it will be very difficult for you to find the answers. Okay. Next is parametric. Everyone knows parametric differentiation. If y equals to 80 square, x equals to 280, then find dy by dx. This is dy by dt upon dx by dt. Everyone knows this. So there is a question of chaining, and this very simple question: x equals to 3 tan t and y equals to 3 sec t, and the value of d square y upon dx square at t equals to pi by 4 is. And the options are 1 upon 6 root 2, 1 upon 3 root 2, upon 3 upon 2 root 2, 1 upon 6. All right. So 2 minutes for this. Please solve it. Done, everyone? Do you have a dx? I can write differentiation of this with respect to t. So this is 3 sec t tan t. Differentiation of x with respect to t. This is 3 sec square t. So this is cancelled. This is cancelled. So all that remains is sin t. Absolutely correct answer. Option A. Alright. So t square y by tx square is cos t into dt by dx. Then you can find the answer very easily. Okay, everyone. Option A is absolutely correct. So differentiation, see, let me be very honest. In this chapter, continuity and differentiability questions, you'll have to use limits. All right. So mainly we are going to cover limits today. All right. Many questions will face in this, and this is very can be very tricky if you have not solved limits question previously. So always try to solve methods of differentiation questions first in this chapter. All right. Then if you have extra time, then try to solve limits question if you are not comfortable with this chapter. All right. So let me ask you all the basic formulas. Can anyone tell me what is this?
1.
1. Absolutely correct. And this is also limit tan x upon x, right?
Yes, sir.
And this is 2 for limit extending to 0 sin inverse x upon x and tan inverse x upon x also, right? The basic identities we have to know. Few interesting one, limit extending to 0 e to the power x equals to 1, and this is true for limit extending to 0 e to the power x minus 1 upon x, and this is true for limit e to the power log 1 plus x upon x. All right. There is another one, limit extending to 0 a to the power x minus 1 upon x equals to log a base e. All right. And these are all covered in NCERT. One thing is not covered in NCERT, which is 1 to the power infinite form. So write it down also, limit extending to infinite 1 plus 1 upon x to the power x is equals to e. Very important. You might not have seen this previously. All right, this is 1 to the power infinite form. And this can be written in this format also, limit extending to 0 1 plus x to the power 1 upon x, and this is also e. All right, write it down. Done.
So can you
Okay,
show the previous question once again?
this one.
Okay, set.
The limit formulas are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Marita, you are not audible. Your voice is not coming. All right. There are 4 methods of solving limits: rationalization, factorization, standard limits, and L'Hopital. All right. In NCFT, your in boards, your hands were tired. You could not use this one, L'Hopital rule. But in JEE means you can use this as many times you want. Rationalization, we all know what this means, right? Multiplying and dividing by some quantity. Factorization, we all know, just factorize these things and things will be cancelled out. Standard limits, these are all the formula standard limits. L'Hopital rule, how many of you know L'Hopital rule? Does any of you know L'Hopital rule? What is this? Limit.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and use this in JEE means. All right, do not hesitate. Very important. X tending to 0, x square minus 4 upon suppose x minus 2, x tending to 2. So if you put x equals to 2 here, we are getting 0 by 0. So what you can do, use L'Hopital rule. What is that? Just differentiate the numerator, differentiate the denominator, you will get the answer. Limit x tending to 2, differentiate this, 2x upon 1. Now you can put 2, so the answer is 4. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's solve few questions of limits. Limit x tending to pi by 2, tan square x, 2 sine square x plus 3 sine x plus 4 to the power half minus sine square x plus 6 sine x plus 2 to the power half. And tan x is multiplied with all of them. All right. So how to solve this question? Let me rewrite this. Can I write this as? And this is JEE Main 2022 question. It looks very dangerous, but it is not. If you write like this, under root 2 sine square x plus 3 sine x plus 4 minus under root sine square x plus 6 sine x plus 2 whole divided by pod square x. Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
So can anyone tell me what method shall I use this use it in this question? Out of all this, see, whenever you see root type of things, root x plus root y, or this is in division, then most probably what is going to be used? Rationalization. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So to rationalize this, we have to multiply with this same thing. Suppose this is alpha, this is beta. Then we have to multiply with alpha plus beta upon alpha plus beta. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the numerator becomes alpha square minus beta square. I'm not writing all the steps. All right. So the numerator becomes alpha square minus beta square. So alpha square is 2 sine square x plus 3 sine x plus 4 minus sine square x plus 6 sine x plus 2. And in the denominator we have cos square x upon sine square x and alpha plus beta. All right. So can anyone tell me the value of alpha plus beta? after putting pi by 2, if in this quantity we put x equals to pi by 2, this is 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4, 9. Under root 9 is 3. And we have plus here, so 3 plus 1 plus 6, 7 plus 2, 3. This is 6. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this sine square x also we can remove because this is 1. So the question becomes limit x tending to pi by 2. 2 sine square x minus sine square x is sine square x. 3 sine x minus 6 sine x, so minus 3 sine x, plus 4 minus 2 plus 2, and divided by this is 6 cos square x. This is clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now what we can do, we can use factorization. All right. So this is sine square x minus 2 sine x minus sine x plus 2 whole divided by 6 cos square x. Limit x tending to pi by 2. Take sine x common. Sine x minus 2 minus 1 sine x minus 2 whole divided by 6 cos square x. So this is sine x minus 2 sine x minus 1. And this thing we can write 1 minus sine square x. The steps are clear. Now we can move
Yes,
like
sir.
this. Sine x minus 2 sine x minus 1, and this is again a square minus b square, 1 minus sine x and 1 plus sine x. So this I can cancel and use a negative sign. Now I hope you can put the limits and get the answer. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So as you can see, limits tend to be very tricky. You have to know what you have to do in every step. All right. So let's try another question of JEE Main.
Sir, I have a doubt in that question.
Okay.
So how did you get sine square x minus 2 sine x minus 3 sine x from minus 3 sine x?
If you minus like this and this, do 2 sine square x minus sine square x is sine square x. 3 sine x minus 6 sine x minus 3 sine x plus 4 minus 2 plus 2.
So the below step after that.
Okay, this is middle term splitting, right? Sine square x minus 3 sine x. I wrote minus 2 sine x minus sine x.
Okay.
All right. Simple
Yes.
factorization.
So I thought it was 3 sine x. So
All right. All right. Now this is 2 sine x. Let's solve another question. Limit x tending to 1 upon root 2 sine of cos inverse x minus x whole divided by 1 minus tan of cos inverse x. All right. So let's try to put the value of x 1 by root 2. So if this is 1 by root 2, so this is pi by 4, sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 minus 1 by root 2 is 0. And 1 minus pi by 4. So 1 minus 1 is also 0. So we are seeing 0 by 0 form, right?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
So you can use L'Hopital rule here also if you want. But as you can see, you have to differentiate this, then this, then this. So I find that a bit lengthy. What I can do is, if you remember investigo, This is the main weapon we have. So cos inverse x is t. So x is cos t. So how will the limits change? If x is tending to 1 by root 2, if x is 1 by root 2, then t will be pi by 4, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the question becomes limit t tending to pi by 4 sine t minus x is cos t whole divided by 1 minus tan t. All right. Now using L'Hopital rule is very simple. Differentiation of sine t is cos t. Differentiation of cos t is sine t minus sine t, that is, and minus tan t is minus sec squared t. This step is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's try to put pi by 4. So 1 by root 2, 1 by root 2. So this is not 0. And what is sec pi by 4?
Root 2.
Root 2. So this is 2 by root 2 whole divided by minus root 2 square. So you can get the answer very easily. 2 and 2 is cancelled. So minus 1 upon root 2 is the answer. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's solve one more question in this. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Let's try to solve this one. Limit x tending to 1, x square minus 1 sine square pi x whole divided by x to the power 4 minus 2x cubed plus 2x minus 1. All right. So in this type of question, always when you see polynomial functions in the numerator and denominator, and you can see this is becoming 0. And if you put x equals to 1, most probably this will also become 0. 1 minus 2 minus 1 and plus 2 1 1 minus 1 is 0. So in this type of question, always try to use factorization. All right. And mostly the whole factor which is making this thing 0 will become cancelled out. All right. So please try to factorize this denominator. See what you get. We already know this is divisible by x minus 1. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
So please try to solve this.
Sir, could you please tell if this is sine inverse like pi x or
No, this is sine square.
sine square? Okay.
We know sine x upon x is 1 at limit. So if they give you pi x, then just multiply and divide by pi. All right. So this becomes 1. The answer becomes pi. Okay.
Sir, can we do L'Hopital's rule in this question?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I believe factorization is a bit easier, as you wish. All right, let's see. I hope all of you know how to factorize this, right? X minus 1, then you can do long division. Then I believe you have to do long division again. So in this type of question, they are going to make your life easier by giving the factors like this. All right, I believe this factor will be cancelled out like wholly. All right, so you can just divide by this and you will get a quadratic equation and you can find the factors very easily. Let me write down the factors. Right, the factors will be x minus 1, x minus 1 into x square minus 1. All right. So we can see this is getting cancelled. Now what we have, limit x tending to 1 sine square pi x upon x minus 1 whole square. All right. So now what we can do is limit x tending to 1. I can write this sine pi minus theta. Yes or no? Sine
Yes,
pi
sir.
minus theta is sine theta. All right. To make this one, we have to multiply and divide by pi minus pi x square. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this thing becomes 1. What we have is pi minus pi x square upon x minus square. So if I take pi common, pi square 1 minus x square upon x minus 1 square. This is cancelled. The answer is pi square. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's try another question. Limit x tending to pi by 4, 822 minus cos x plus sin x whole to the power 7 divided by root 2 minus root 2 sin 2x. All right. Hello, Ashrit. Ashit,
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you about this in after the class. All right. Let me
Sure,
talk to
sir.
the team, the availability of schedules.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. And today also you are late.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please be on time from the next class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here you can use L'Hopital rule directly. Marita, the answer is 14.
Okay, so I'll check again.
Aditya, Adriel, Priya, are you guys getting the answer? See, limits I know can be a bit tricky if you have not solved proper questions in this, but don't worry. I'll give you assignment on this also. All right, few questions to practice. All right, if you cannot solve this type of questions, then continuity and differentiability would be very difficult, tricky. All right. All right, let's solve one question of that type. 1 to the power infinite. Yes, Adriel, the answer is 14. All right. So let me give you some theory on this. Whenever you see limit extending to a, f of x to the power g of x. All right, where f of x is tending to 1 and g of x is tending to infinite. How to solve this? Right, please note it down. Very important. All right, this is one of the favorite of JEE main board. If you face limit extending to a, f of x to the power g of x, where f of x is tending to 1, g of x is tending to infinite, how to solve this? Just write the answer as e to the power limit x tending to a. All right, forget about all this. Just write e to the power limit x tending to a base minus 1 times power. What does this mean? This is e to the power limit x tending to a f of x minus 1 times g of x. And then this limit will be very simple to solve. All right,
Yes, sir.
the
Yes,
theory is
sir.
clear. All right, so let's solve one question in this. Suppose they give you limit x tending to 0 tan of pi by 4 plus x 1 upon x, right? So if you put x equals to 0 here, so x is 0, tan pi by 4 is 1, and 1 upon 0 is infinite. So this is f of x, and this thing is g of x. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the solution of this will be e to the power limit x tending to 0, this minus 1 to the power into 1 upon x. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now this limit we can solve using L'Hopital.
L'Hopital. Yes.
Absolutely correct. So I believe you can find the answer. So try to solve one question. Limit x tending to infinite x square plus 5x plus 3 whole divided by x square plus x plus 3 to the power x. All right. Two minutes for this. Absolutely correct, Marita. The answer is e to the power 4. All right, again, if you put infinite, this is infinite upon infinite, which is, we can say, tending to 1, and this is infinite. So the answer would be e to the power limit x tending to infinite, x square plus 5x plus 3 upon x square plus x plus 3 minus 1 into x. All right. So e to the power limit x tending to infinite. If we take LCM here, x square and x square will be cancelled. 5x minus x, 4x. 3 minus 3 is 0. And up into x square plus x plus 3. All right. So again, you can use L'Hopital. Is it clear, everyone?
Sir, after
Yes,
using
sir.
the rule, we had to substitute infinity.
After using,
After using the rule, sir.
yes, e to the power limit extend to infinite. This is 4x square. So differential would be 8x upon this is 2x. So no need to put the value of x as infinite, right?
So 2x plus 1, right?
Plus 1. All right, no worries. So again, this is infinite by infinite. So what you can do, you can use the rule again. All right, in one question, you can use the rule multiple times. No issues.
Okay, sir.
All right, until you get the finite value. So you can differentiate this again, we'll get 8 by 2. Let me give you a trick of this. If you have the degree as same, all right, degree n, all right, then the limit is this coefficient upon this coefficient. All right, so 4 upon